on YouTube. Basically, if you guys can subscribe, and then you can hit the bell, you'll get notifications when we go live. Over in Twitch chat, if you guys can follow, that would help us as well. Again, if you guys want to be able to help, throw a few bucks our way and help us keep the lights on, you can subscribe over in Twitch, and then there's the join feature over in YouTube. And particularly in YouTube, there are a bunch of basically, and just came out of the pits. It's a Leclerc just came out of his garage. So it looks like the Ferraris are lining up. Charles lining up, being first on the. He's on the pit lane exit, but not about to. He's at the. I think it's the first one to line up. Looks like the Ferrari's the first ones to line up. We've got one of the stakes coming out. We've just gone green light, so FP2 has just started. So it's going to be Leclerc, then I believe Hamilton, then Behrman, Bortoleto, Ocon. We're going to see a lot of people. Again, it's going to be a few minutes before we get any actual times on the board. Again, if you've got any questions, just drop them in the chat. You can at Grasher Riza in both chats. Actually, it's my username in both YouTube and Twitch. We've just passed 200 likes in here on YouTube. Thank you so much. We've got about 1,000 you watching right now. Thank you. Coming to Lewis skipped in. It wouldn't be me without a rage about Sky or profanity. Not sure particularly about what in Sky in particular, but there is an issue. I don't. Let me just check the decision documents, see if anything's been updated. Summon, pit lane. Take a look. Yeah, Yuki, car 22 overtook car 23 in the pit lane. What was? So basically, Yuki was given reprimand for what happened in the pit lane in FP1. It's their first reprimand of the 2025 season. So, they summoned 23 and 46. But I don't have there's no decision document for them as of yet. So people are asking me what I think about Lewis's hair. I mean, it's his hair. It's known that I'm not particularly a great fan of Lewis Hamilton. I'm also not a great fan of Ferrari. They're like peanut butter and chocolate for me. The great taste that go together to pick on. I have no reason to pick on Hamilton right now. He was third. He was third in the session. So all these juicy purples. Again, we're looking at Sector 1 time. People actually doing flying laps right now. Gasly, Hamilton, doing Lawson, Ocon, Leclerc. Leclerc is going to come across the line. He's going to set the first time, 133.347. Comes Max. Max, again, one of the drivers who was not in FP1. and he's starting a flying lap now. He's starting a flying lap on soft tires. Him and Antonelli are the two on soft tires. Everyone else is on mediums except for Gasly, Oscar, and Norris. Russ is going to come out on soft tires. So we got Hulkenberg, Bartolo, Behrman setting times. Gasly going P1 132.699. Still early. He did this on a hard tire though, to go 6/10 faster on that hard tire. Here comes Lawson P2.472. Albon cooking. Doohan goes P3. Here comes Albon and Sainz. Albon is P2, and then Sainz P8. Being asked, do you think Charles could definitely fight for a world championship? Ferrari wasn't Ferrari. No, I don't think so because Hamilton's better. This is the case where I'm actually going to go. I'm actually going to say Hamilton is better than Charles. I think I think the reason he, I mean, it was bad that they were disqualified for both of them in that one race, but still, I think Hamilton's better than Charles, and at some point he's going to surpass Charles in that car. As we know right now, Hamilton did have a different floor. So one of the differences in the cars already is that Hamilton has a new floor in his car that I don't think Charles has currently. And that's the big one is I don't know if Charles has that new floor as of yet. Antonelli goes P2, Oscar P3, Isaac Hajjaj just went P5, just going through. You will see that occasionally, like Behrman just went, has a stop notice on him. He actually is not stopped. He, if you give it a few seconds, he will come back to being an active driver. There's something going on with um, our data stream where it's giving those stop signals for some apparent reason. It's it's not actually happening, and we've seen a couple instances of some weird quirks in the data stream, like in China. At the end of each during qualifying, at the end of each qualifying session, track was going yellow for no apparent reason, and there was no reason on track. There was nothing actually happening on track for that to happen. So something I've noticed this year with the data stream with our data, and I've seen this some areas that were there's times where I've gone to the F1 website for their timing board, and I've seen errors there that have been populated down into what we have as well. So F1's got an interesting question about their data stream at the moment that and there's a couple of things that are happening with the F1 TV graphics, particularly the timing tower basically slightly lagging behind, and particularly with tires. I've seen that lag in terms of what actual tires are on the car. So Lewis Cipher, it wasn't the Astro. It was happening on track in China. I mentioned a few times. Can you? What exactly was? Wait, why was the track going? That's interesting. There was actually something happening at the track, which makes no sense because there was nothing on track for it to be. Yeah, that makes no sense because there was nothing on track um, for it to go yellow. So we are about just over 8 minutes into the session right now. Again, this is Red Statistics channel. We are on YouTube and Twitch. I want to thank everyone who is watching on both platforms. people not liking the new graphics. They're not ideal. I mean, they're very much, if you watch like year from year, there hasn't been a lot of changes, just a few changes. Paula, she's one of the race disease family, as I refer to them. GP lap record is a 131.447, set in 2005. Yeah, there's something up with Alonso's wheel. I mean, you guys are, yeah, Alonso's actually has just got out of his car. Um, I don't know what they're gonna, they're, I don't know what's up. Yeah, so something has gone wrong with Alonso's steering wheel. And they've just brought in another steering wheel. There's something else going. There's something else going on. It's not just the wheel itself. So Alonso is now out of his car. Um, he's literally gotten out of his car, and they're going to go to work on that car. And the drivers are back uh, to the opening of the garage. So they're trying to hide what's going on to a certain extent. But something has happened with the car itself. 11 minutes into the session right now. We've got Hamilton. He's done 3 laps, but he's gone the fastest at 132.157. Did that on medium tire. Antonelli is second. He's only 1.1, 141 thousandths behind Hamilton. Russell is coming out of the pits on new softs. He's P3 with a gap of 386 thousandths. Oscar is 512. Gasly is 542. Leclerc 559. These are gap times. Isaac is P7 611. Norris is 719. Albon is 843. Tsunoda is 855. Ocon is 911. Those are the top 11 right now. Lawson is 12th with over a second, 1.014. Max out there, he's done 5 laps on his current soft tire. The best lap has been a 2:14. His last lap was a 2:23, so there's a 41-second gap right now. Yeah, what's up with Verstappen is a good question. He is on a new flying lap. He didn't improve in sector 1, but he has improved in sector 2. I'm gonna have to take a look and see what's going on. He is gonna come to the line. He's going to set a P3 at 132.376. He's 219 thousandths behind Antonelli. About half of that, so 0.07 behind Antonelli in terms of the gap between the interval between those two. You got Agnes waving to me. Hey, Grash, I'm here. Say hello to me. Hello, my friend. And one of the subscribers of the YouTube, the Racing Ticket Army, as I refer to them. We were asked over in Twitch chat who will get Paul and Brain. We got an answer. One, see, Shaw says they think Max. What do you guys think over in YouTube chat? What do you think is going to get Paul this weekend? Again, if you're over in YouTube, now's a great time to like and subscribe. Hit the bell. You will get notifications when we go live on YouTube. If you join us, you will get basically you'll get green. You'll turn your username will turn green. You'll get a badge next to your name. You also get some emojis and some super chats each month. And if you're over in Twitch chat, follow us. You'll get notifications when we go live. And then if you join the channel, if you subscribe, again you won't get any ads. Hooray, hooray, Twitch! And then on top of that, you will then also get access to a couple of emojis. We've only got I think 6 emojis right now as we start over in Twitch. We've got I think 3 times that number over in YouTube at the moment. Hamilton on a new flying lap. He's got the fastest first sector. Russell right now cooking at the moment. Clark came into the pits. Let's see if anyone else is cooking at the moment. Albin is cooking at the moment. Did not improve in sector 1 though. Russell's got the fastest second sector. Hamilton fastest first sector. Hamilton is in the middle of the second sector. Russell in the middle of the third sector. Russell, Albin, Isaac, Stroll, Hamilton coming across line in that order. So Russell's going to jump to the top of the board with 131.954. First one in the 131s. And Hamilton aborted. He had the fastest first sector and then aborted his lap. I got to take a look at what happened over there. And he's being passed by Bierman on track. Norris is going to pass Hamilton. So Hamilton has abandoned his lap. Looking at right now a couple of things that are going on. So we got right now with 43 minutes 30 seconds to go in this session. We got Russell top of the board, Hamilton second, 2.112 is his time. Antonelli is third. His gap is 3.48. Verstappen is fourth, 0.431, and Oscar's fifth, 0.0724. Top four on softs, and then Oscar and Gasly are on hards. Then we have a pair of mediums, hard again, and then all the mediums all the way down. The big story right now is Alonso is out of his car because there is an issue with basically the wheel. There's an issue with his driving wheel, and he's come back. He went out and come back. He went out, did an out lap, and then came back into the pits. So he's only done 2 laps. So that is Alonso did not have practice time in FP1 for a rookie driver. So for this to happen now is not good for any setup, anything he needs to do to prepare this weekend. I've been saying to Racing Statistics, the boss, um, saying that you have your priorities straight. God forbid I don't tune in for a Racing Statistics stream. The only thing keeping me sane right now. Yeah, pretty much one of the things that's probably keeping me sane as well is doing these commentary work as well. So I understand that. Looking at right now, AXFF1 Norris is on old hards. That's interesting to see. A lot of people have pitted, and that's because they're doing different programs. Again, 20 minutes is about a good time for a program to do a program. Again, we've got 41 minutes left to go in this session right now. Again, you're listening to the Race Statistics channel right now. Again, we're live on both Twitch and YouTube. Discussion over in Twitch is about they're hoping McLaren doesn't make any mistakes this weekend. So right now on track, we've got Hamilton, Leclerc, Lawson, and Ocon. Sainz just pitted. So there are many reasons to pit right now, to change setup, adjustments, or in the case of Alonso, get your driving wheel correctly. Okay, so calling out it's hammer time. Again, Hamilton is on top of the board. He just did a 131.915 lap. It's a 30 thousandths gap between him and Russell's now P2. Again, Antonelli is third, Verstappen is fourth, and Oscar's fifth. Clerk is the other one on track right now with Lawson. Potenzialist thinks that McLaren will struggle here. That's interesting to hear from you. AKXXF1 says he betted all my savings on Lewis, so if he lose, oh boy, different disappointment, my friend, because if he does win, you're going to get a good return, but still, that's a big bet. MRV saying that Hamilton is giving hopes to all the Tifosi. Ooh. So we don't want to give hopes to the Tifosi. Joel saying that in Media Day, Norris is very pessimistic about McLaren's chances. Leclerc just went P1, a 131.729. He had the fastest second sector. Again, he's one of the only 4 people on track right now. The other 3 just came out of the pits. So Verstappen, Albon, and Stroll are on outlaps. If you've got a sweet tooth for data analysis, we've got a couple web pages for you. In chat right now, we've got a link to our website, the Racing Statistics F1.com. Page is he pointing to? Yeah, F1 2025 data analysis. And we've got charts for you to play with. What's this one? This is race lap times, race pace. So there's data for you to play with on our website. Albon taking off right now. Your teacher could be grateful I'm keeping my sanity because I go Pharaoh the exam. Oh my god! Again, I do teach, so I understand what that's like when students go Pharaoh. We had one group tie up a student into his chair so he wouldn't get away. Problem is, he was one of the better students, so he wasn't going to go away anyway. So I have seen students go feral for some particular reason. Paul is shouting out for Max again. We got a lot of Max fans in the YouTube chat here. So we got our first Let's Go Max, I think, of this session. I know you guys were out. Albin just went P1 with a 131.696, and that's 33 thousandths faster than Leclerc's time. Fastest second sector. We've got Max doing a fastest first sector. Now, I've noticed that they're not getting great jumps in that first sector. That the first four subsectors, they're not lined up. Not, I don't know what's going on. The Red Bulls are not getting a good jump in the first four subsectors of Sector One. They're not starting. They're not starting that good. Again, Max just went. Despite that, fastest Sector One, fastest Sector Two, improvement in Sector Three. He does 131.330, and that's 366 thousandths faster than Albin. No, there's nothing for Visionary. He is P1. This is not Q. This is not a qualifying. This is just practice. So there's no provisionary poll that we're playing with right now. What you guys are saying right now, you guys are looking at Norris has just jumped to the top of the board with 130.659, and these two lap times set by Max and Norris are breaking the current lap record. Norris has the fastest second sector, improvement sector one, sector two. So that's a big jump. Norris is 671 thousandths faster, so almost 2/3 of a second faster than Max. That puts Albin a second. So Albin P3 is over a second behind Norris's time. Again, these were done on new soft tires, so. Oscar going faster, even Norris by 154 thousandths, fastest second and third sector. Let's see. Gasly jumps up to P9. We've got Russell and Leclerc. Russell on the board. Russell jumps to P3. And Leclerc. See, Leclerc's now starting flying lap, and he actually gets a good jump on that first sector. Russell jumps P3, hit the fastest second sector. Oscar hit the fastest second and third sector. Doohan has jumped up to P9. Here comes Sainz, P6. Wow, this is the first, and this is the first time Sainz has been above his teammate all season long. Isaac has jumped up to P5. 0.733 for Isaac. Sainz is over a second, 1.118. We've got a difference of a little less than a tenth between Sainz and Albin right now. Dark Mayo points out that McLaren would like to remind everyone that they are fast. Hamlin has dropped to 12th since he last set his top. Since he set his time, but he's been in the pits, so that's not unexpected. Leclerc just jumped up to P8. He's 1.147 off of Oscar's time. McLaren pitting right now. We do have Hulkenberg on a flying lap, Behrman on a flying lap, and Lawson potentially on a flying lap. Also, not starting the lap very good. Those first four subsectors not doing well, but improving time. Hulkenberg jumps to P15. Ocon starting a flying lap. He starts off those first subsectors. That's from the start finish line to turn one, effectively. So we got Gasly doing. Isaac is flying past them. And right now, what we're being discussed over in Twitch chat. As that happened, Lawson just jumps to P10. Improvement across all of his sectors, like 1.2 gap to Oscar's time, though. We are just under 30 minutes now in this session, this P2 session. Again, one of the things what's particular about the second practice is that ultimately it's going to be representative where quali and the race is going to be. It's in the same time slot. Sun has gone down. We are now in night race scenario under the lights. No rain, though it is humid, but there's no rain. Granted, Bahrain is basically an island off of Saudi Arabia, basically. Tax temperature is still 35.1 degrees, and air temperature is under 30 degrees now. Wind is about 2.2 kilometers from the north direction. It was there was a moment where there was no wind at all, so. If you're watching in the United States, that would be on ESPN Plus. It's not going to be on. It's not Fox News America. No, F1 is on ESPN, and ESPN Plus. So please don't put that false news information in the chat, please. Right now we got Lawson, Sainz, Alonso, Behrman, Tsunoda, Gasly doing. I think that's Ocon, Hamilton, and Stroll on track right now. People looking at Tsunoda right now pushing. He is on a flying lap. He's about to finish that. He's improved in Sector 1, Sector 2. That's going to only jump him up to 17th. Right now, everyone using soft tires. I'm doing right now on Ewan and Gasly on used soft tires. Queso pointing out that it's just Max Verstappen carrying the Red Bull. He needs support since he can't do it all by himself. In order to win the World's Constructors Championship, they need another driver to score points too as well. So yeah, that is very much true. Right now, where things stand, there's only a 1 point gap between Norris and P1 and Max and P2 in the Drivers' Championship. But when it comes to the constructors, it's a huge gap. Right now, McLaren has a huge gap over everyone. So if you were betting on someone, you were looking for points. Antonelli right now is a fourth in the drivers' championship. He's got more points than both Hamilton and Alonso combined. Now, granted, Alonso has no points, but he still has 10 more points than Hamilton. Christian W. bringing up the rumors about Verstappen switching Mercedes or Aston Martin in 2026 are being true. No, those are just pure rumors. And it wouldn't be he wouldn't be switching in 2026. It would be later on. The root of those rumors is that and it's yes, Toto did try and try and get Max, but he was not going to jump to Mercedes. There's history between Max and Mercedes. The Aston Martin one is that, um, and it's more future out into the future than it is 2026, and that's because Aston Martin next year is basically getting the Honda engines. Aston Martin's eventually going to be the works team. Hamilton now jumping to a new lap time with 131.576. He's over a second behind Oscar at the moment. Yeah, the goal is that with Newey over at Aston Martin now, and then next year with Honda going to Aston Martin, there's this potential of Aston Martin has the potential to attract Max away from Red Bull to work with Newey who and Honda, which he is familiar with. It's odd because when that's brought up, Yuki is the other driver that could be potentially attracted over to Aston Martin for similar reasons. What you guys are being lewd in chat. Yeah, there we go. So, uh, me being a mod in chat sometimes. You guys are looking at Aston Martin looking dreadful this weekend. It's not that Stroll is the issue again. Is Stroll and Alonso is back out on course, that they have fixed his car. He's done about half of the laps of everyone else, save maybe Isaac, who's only done 9 laps. So he hasn't missed. He's missed a good amount of time, but at least he is out on track. Stroll not looking particularly great at the moment. His best lap is a 132.382. He's 1.877 off of best time. Leclerc right now going P4, just over a half a second of Oscar's time. Oscar set the fastest lap so far with 130.505 on a hard tire. So Because of saying Charles pushing that tractor, you guys have been a lot of tractor comments been throwing around. I know someone made a meme of Max driving a tractor last week for the Japanese Grand Prix. Call anything a tractor limo. I mean, at least the Aston Martin is green, like a John Deere. want to thank everyone who's here right now. We've got over 2,600, so almost 2,700 watching or here on YouTube. Several of you are also on the Twitch chat. We've got 348 likes so far. Thank you so much. That does help us with YouTube algorithm. Got Russell. I'm trying to see. Look who's. No one's on a flying lap right now, so if we've got a moment to spare before new times populate the board, everyone is either on a cooldown lap or on an out lap at this point. Isaac finishing his out lap as he comes across the line. Antonelli on a cooldown lap, and then Albin would be the next one across. Albin now 11th, starting a new lap. Comes Russell, so there we go. Mr. Booth 3, been finding where to watch Formula Free and broke his heck. I mean, like here is a great place as you can get. We are covering what's happening on track. I mean, pretty much telling you as things happen what's going on, explaining what's going on. And don't get me wrong, as when I started watching F1 um, intently in 2021, I started with these streams. So, and I'm still here. Racing Sisters has not gotten rid of me yet. Anyways, moving on. Trevor would drive a Zamboni. For those who don't know what a Zamboni is, these are the they're small big boxes that helps smooth the ice at ice rinks. Looking at what you guys are talking about at the moment. Um, Russ 99A says that he wonders if those times aren't getting beaten. Track is cooling down. No one's right now. I think Alonso's the only one who's trying to do a flying lap at the moment. I would give it another 10 minutes, 10, 15, 10, 12 minutes, and then we'll see a lot of new times populate the board. Again, they're when we look at practice, we got to consider that they may not be doing a uh, program related to quality. It could be a race pace program that they're looking at. They're running X number of laps on a particular tire to see how that tire is performing. Does it have what's the degradation on that tire? We're looking at. They're talking about potentially two-stop strategy because of the heat. If the tire's not performing as they did 6 weeks ago when we had preseason testing, so that is the thing in play right now with the tires at the moment. So I don't know if it looks like the Alonso was being told that all cars are high fuel right now. That's interesting. You're talking how many time laps? 11. And so they're looking to do 11 laps timed in the 16 minutes that we have left. So he may not be doing. So he's at the bottom of the board right now doing. He's a 1.5 off of Oscar's time, but it doesn't look like he's out there to do a fast quality lap. So we're following Snowden right now. Again, he is not. He's not pushing the car like he would be for quali. He's already in this current lap, almost 7 seconds off of the normal time, off that quality time. So he's on a different program. It looks like already. I'm looking at some of the chat or going across right now. A lot of target times. Um, I've been told to basically watch for Isaac. Let's see. Right now, no one's pushing the car right now, so we're look like it feels like we're on a lot of race pace scenarios. The only ones in the pit right now is Alonso at 15th, Gasly at 17th, and Hulkenberg at 20th. As I say that, Gasly's now on a pit out. Alcon is on a pit. He's in the middle of the lap right now, and so is Leclerc on an out lap. We got 14 minutes to go in this session right now. Again, you're listening to the Racing Institute's channel. We are live on both Twitch and YouTube right now. This is Grash. Looking at our current status right now. Is Doohan actually trying to push? No, he just had a fast sector. Darkmouth says thinks that they are just testing tire wear right now. Yeah, no, this is absolutely testing tire wear. Like Oscar's on a hard tire, Norris is on a soft tire, Leclerc's on a medium tire, Hamilton's on a soft tire. I mean, we're seeing wide variety of different tires. Like Hulkenberg and Borrell are different tires. Gasly and Doohan are on different tires. Ocon and Behrman are on different tires. Um, so they are looking at degradation right now. Albon did a lap that's like 6.4 off of that fastest from Isaac. So we could see for the next 10 minutes or so, literally no one actually trying to push the car. I I have a suspicion that someone might come in pit, might try and do a last lap of glory. Um, but it's as we get further into this session at the end, it's becoming. I'm feeling that will become less and less likely. Go up on says this Sunday is going to be boring again, one stop again. We don't think that's going to be the case actually because of the heat and the degradation, tire degradation, the heat. Again, they had huge issues in FP1 with the temperatures, the track temperature being so high. They're not getting the same level of grip that they did 6 weeks ago. Again, it was literally an anomaly 6 weeks ago with the track temperature. Track temperature was 15 degrees cooler than it was now. about 10 to 15 degrees, if I remember correctly. I think we're 10 degrees off now, and then another 10 degrees off um, from 6 weeks ago. So that's a big change in terms of the how the tires are performing. So, and again, Pirelli is going to get all this data, and they're going to collate it all together and tell us what they think, how their tire is going to perform over the next 2 days based on the data we're getting now. Isaac is ready to go to Red Bull. I don't wish Red Bull switch any of their drivers this year to ruin another driver's talent. No, Isaac's not ready to go to Red Bull. The reason Isaac's not ready to go is he's fast, he's got talent, but he doesn't have the experience to develop the car, and that's ultimately why Yuki is in the car in Red Bull now and not in. We got switched for Liam. Is because they needed someone with more experience to help develop that Red Bull car. Has Sonoda pushed? No, and I don't expect him to. I don't expect him to do. I don't. He is. I think he is not. He's on a program where he's not. It's not designed for him to push like fastest lap scenarios. Let's look at the decision documents again. Yeah. Yanni brought up that he feels bad for Science being fined for being late. That's true. He did get fined for being late and swearing by FIF rules. He was fined for being late. He was not fined as of yet by the FIA for having swore at a press conference about again. So basically, he was asked about he was asked about being late to the national anthem, the Japanese national anthem last weekend, and he was late by 10 seconds because he was delayed because he was being seen by a doctor, and that's so the mitigating circumstances brought the fine down to 20,000 euros, and then half of that was suspended. And basically, Science, during his press conference this weekend, he told us how little he was late, and then on top of that, said some naughty words. Um, Again, he has officially, as of yet, has not been fined. I don't see any decision documents related to him in any regards for the press conference. So, as far as I know, he has been fined for being late to the Japanese national anthem, but has not yet been fined. No action has been taken on him regarding the press conference. And we're looking at one of the Aston Martins locking up and going wide. Again, Honda's asking who's been fined. It was basically Carlos Sainz was fined for being seconds late to the Japanese national anthem. He was late because he was being seen by a doctor because he was not feeling well. He was actually given medication during that time. We have about 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this session right now. Again, you are listening to the Racing Statistics channel, both on YouTube and Twitch. I want to thank those of you who are on Twitch right now. We've got about 2,724 you watching right now here on YouTube. We've got 420 likes. We're going to leave that number alone and keep moving on. But thank you for the likes. It does help us with the algorithm over here on YouTube. When we finish our stream, you'll be taken to the FP3 stream here on YouTube. Those of you who are on Twitch, just we'll be live on the same channel. Joel, you're asking me a question I have no clue. Formula, I don't know what that is. So the answer is no. Moving on. Yet other questions, anything you guys are talking about? A lot of you guys are talking about the fines, the fine that Carlos got in Japan. Is anyone improving? No, and no one has improved for almost. We're almost into 10 minutes now. We're no last fast lap. Joel, he's a Formula One YouTuber that makes amazing content. Nope, I don't know who that is.
I'm not gonna risk it.
I'll look him up after the
Yeah,
session's
they're
over.
bugging out, bro.
Again, another Formula YouTuber that we had on our channel earlier this year.
It's my first
During
time, you know what I mean?
Australia,
So
we
just
had Mr.
play it
V.
safe, you know?
He has a couple channels. One of them is Mr. V's camping chair chats. So Mr.
Where we
VCCC
going, left or
is the
right?
name of the channel.
That was a
He
tough
literally
one.
has a camping chair that he
You guys can come
sets
to me,
up
come to
sets up
me.
his camera and
Snipe
basically
one over there.
talks about F1. And sometimes we'll have you'll have guests occasionally on his channel. So someone playing a game. I sorry. Oh, you probably heard something from Twitch. I think it was probably one of the ads on Twitch. Um, playing apparently. Let's click on mediums. Because Hamilton's on softs, so they're getting data on tires right now. That's the big piece. How much dirt in the air? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure how much dirt is in the air, but they are at night under floodlights at this point. So, kind of what attributing to the current look of what we're seeing on F1 TV. We've got 3 minutes to go in the session. Again, you're listening to the Racing Institute's channel, and this is Grash with you live with coverage for Free Practice 2 for the Bahrain Grand Prix this weekend. Again, we're about to finish this session with 3 minutes to go. Paul, you're saying that Yuki's having trouble. What specifically is going on? Do you know specifically what's going on with the car? Yes, we're talking about the Indian government considering F1 was entertainment and not sports, and therefore entered their contract. Brake trouble. That's interesting. That would explain why he's so far back, even on a medium tire. He's not pushing right now. Let's see if there's anything in pick up anything in the radios. Looking right now at the moment what you guys are saying in chat. It looks like Isaac basically came in and came out of the pits right away. And Denali's coming out. Norris and Russell are pitting. Oh, I think Russell's going to leave the pits. So these are just quick stops for those. I was saying, is it true that Max Verstappen won the Japanese Grand Prix with a heavy car? I don't know if that's the case. I don't know what's the difference between the two cars. I mean, like we could be talking about half a kilogram, maybe, if that's the case. I mean, Max got pole and then kept the lead during that race. So the only time he was not leading is when there was a pit cycle that happened, and that allowed ultimately for Antonelli to basically pick up a couple laps where he led. And time has elapsed at this time. First car to take the flag would be Albon. We're seeing so where we had um, Mercedes at bottom of the board, we had an issue with Antonelli's car. We're seeing Russell and Antonelli third and fifth on the board right now. McLaren one and two. Clerk fourth. Isaac Hajjad is sixth. Um, Faster by about about a tenth faster than Max. Who's seventh, Hamilton eighth, Behrman's ninth, and Sainz is 10. I think the first time that Sainz has has outperformed his teammate in one of the sessions. He was faster in preseason testing, but in terms of practice or quality or in any other scenario, he's been outperformed. So this is the first time Sainz is outperforming his teammate. Yeah, the big one is Yuki Tsunoda down 18th on the board. Again, the expectation is that he was doing a race run or a race style program, and so pushing being the fastest lap is not part of that program. Yeah, VCARB had a Red Bull, but I wouldn't. It is practice, so we'll give you it's practice and it's not quality. There's so they're trying to test things. Looking at for any last minute comment on other chats. Yeah. Thank you guys are throwing thank yous my way. I want to thank you for that your appreciation for what I'm doing for you guys. Derek, people who had criticism, I saw that in chat. Things I will take into account for tomorrow. At this point, we're going to bring this stream to an end. We are going to, again, when this stream ends, you'll be brought to the FP3 stream over on YouTube. You'll be brought to the FP3 stream. If you give us a like there, help us with YouTube algorithm. For those of you who are in Twitch chat, I don't know where you're going to be brought to at when the stream ends. But do what you can to help us with the algorithm over there as well, as we're starting to build up our fan base over there. All right, then for everyone here at the Racing Studio channel, this has been Grash. This has been our coverage of Free Practice 2. We will be back tomorrow with Free Practice 3 and then Quali and then the race on Sunday. Have a good, again, for me, it is 11 a.m. So I've got the whole day ahead of me. For those of you who are at, again, those in the afternoon, have a good dinner. Those who are at night, have a good sleep. We will see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.